How y'all doing? I'm Doc Wrestling, and welcome to another episode of Don't Oversell Wrestling. Breakfast of Champions. So I said to myself when I first started doing this, I wasn't really going to do any lists, top tens and this, that, and the third. But it was this list and some research that I started doing that really caught my attention. So this is Don't Oversell Wrestling's top 8 dream matches that already happened. I also want to add this too. I'm not going to do another top or a list probably for a few months. So enjoy. The Steiners and the Harts. Now this is between the time Owen and Brett was beefing and the Steiners had actually came over to WWE for a small stint. This was a dark match in January of '94 and it really didn't go anywhere. It was a good match for a tag team and for it to have been at the time. It was two real life brothers actually fighting on TV. So, it was a lot different from, just people just being brought together and thrown in the ring. But it actually turned out to be a good match. I feel like it's just that they didn't give the Steiners the push to stay in WWE at the time. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Triple H. On September 3rd, 94, this is way before Triple H actually came to be Triple H. This is before he actually was still in WCW as Terrorizing. And he had a 5-minute scuffle with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. It wasn't too much to look at. It wasn't anything that you would expect to see Triple H do. But, if you look at him now, you'll see where he came from and how he grew into the style that he has. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Macho Man Randy Savage. For this one, we'll hop in the Wayback Machine on May 27th, 95. Before he actually went to WCW and before he actually shaved his head, Stone Cold Steve Austin had hair. And he was wrestling Macho Man in WCW. It was a 5-minute cool little match. They got in and out of the ring. They really incorporated a lot of stuff in a little bit of time. You can see Stone Cold doing the mud hole stomping and, trying to bring out that more heelish side. But it was 5 minutes. So what you expect? CM Punk versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio. Breakfast of Champions. So when I first seen the match, I was like, I didn't know I wanted to see this match. And then I watched the match and I was like, I didn't know I wanted to see this match so bad. Like the anticipation of knowing it already happened got me excited to want to see it. So once I finally watched it, it was like, wow, why don't we get more of these? Like, why am I just finding this out? This is actually a very good match with Rey Mysterio with his mask off. And CM Punk in his earlier IWG championship days, you really see them incorporate a lot of what they can and what they can help Punk create. Not to say that he's a bad wrestler at the time because he was the champion going into the match, but, they just, made him look a lot better. Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. Now, I know. Yeah, WrestleMania 24. No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. We got to go all the way back to December 16th, 1991, when Ric Flair originally first came to WWF-ish. Shawn Michaels was still young. He was part of the Rockers still with Marty Jannetty. Ric Flair came in, with the heavyweight title. It was a 10-minute gym, them going back and forth, really doing their stuff. Flair trying to bring Michaels out and, making it a really good Ric Flair match. This match actually took place 1 month before Shawn Michaels ultimately threw Marty Jannetty through the barbershop window and became the Heartbreak Kid. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Breakfast of Champions. So I'm actually not talking about the WrestleMania 34 build-up that WWE threw out there like it was the biggest thing that they had ever done, but I'm talking about the Wrestle Kingdom 10 that actually happened 4 years before that. I'm sorry, 2 years prior. But anyway, you get Bullet Club AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura in Wrestle Kingdom 10. It was a beautiful match. They actually had an opportunity to go all out, do whatever they wanted to do, and really make it a 5-star classic. And you'll actually see some of their moves done that they brought over to WWE once they came over to NXT and the Royal Rumble when AJ had debuted. Andre the Giant versus Roddy Piper. Ooh, I feel it. So to be honest with you, this match looked like Randy Orton versus Big Show right now. At the time of me recording this, it was mostly Giant just taking advantage of Piper, and Piper just not really allowing it. I mean, he tried to, make some comebacks and stuff, but ultimately he had lost by countout because he didn't want any more of what he was giving him. He was literally just overpowering him the whole match. And Piper, like I said, tried to get his hits in and stuff, but it just wasn't enough, and he just wasn't having it. Undertaker versus Sting. Yes, this match actually already happened. It's already done. It's in the record books. It's in WCW. Me, Mark Calloway versus Sting. It happened. It wasn't the Undertaker, no. They didn't get a whole lot of time. It was maybe 10, 15 minutes. But it was still, a lot of big moves that you'll see Undertaker bring over once he signs with WWE and then becomes the Undertaker. But you see, it already happened. Where do I go from here? And that's my list. So like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you want to see a list, I guess. But I would rather do more so predictions and stuff like that. So if you want to see a prediction or something like that, please put it in the comment, or anything wrestling. You can follow and stay up to tune with Don't Oversell Wrestling on Facebook at DosW, on Twitter at Don't Oversell Wrestling, at Doc Wrestling 1. And I'm working on putting the Instagram page together, so stay tuned. Thank you for viewing, and like, share, and subscribe.